everybody. It looks like we had just another Bank of Japan central bank intervention here yesterday. We have this big red bar here, and well, we had some other Bank of Japan interventions. Right, it was back here, like end of 2022, with not much reaction. Well, we had this big, this is bar with big top and bottom wicks. And we had another intervention here when price went up there. That used to be a big green bar, and then it's ended as a rejection bar, right? And then, well, the pullback came. Well, by the way, this pullback was just normal, right? This pullback just came back. It was way overextended. It was right here, this intervention. It came back to the moving averages, nothing special, right? It's a healthy price construction. And now we're back up at the same level than the second. And the second intervention up here. So well, we are right here, and at the very similar level, well, price went slightly higher. Now we have got this big bar. Why do I think it is an intervention? Well, by the way, I think there was another intervention a little bit lower here, and that was right at that level, right? And well, they couldn't push it much lower, and then it bounced back higher. So now it's basically a second part 2 of the third try. That's what I think. I haven't checked the news, right? Typically it comes out at the news because they talk their book in order to push price further down. People jumping on the bandwagon. Just analyzing the chart, right? I mean, you can basically see what's going on. Now this is the US yen. Well, an interesting fact is that this big bar happened at the my 5 p.m. My 5 p.m. time, and during that time yesterday, well, we had a major and important US dollar news event. So it seems like they jumped onto that right at the same time when the news came out, which is a moment of uncertainty and volatility, and they used that right to push the yen well into more value, right, making it stronger, like put the US yen down. So why do I think it's a Bank of Japan intervention? Well, we see this big bar in all of the yen pairs, right? We see it here with the euro yen, Swiss yen, AUD yen, etc. But we don't see it with the dollar pairs, which is when the news occurred, right? Because you might think, hey, a US yen, that was a news event. Well, no, we don't see that, right, with any other US dollar pair. So the news did not have an impact. It's actually a yen impact. There was no yen news, right? So it very much looks like well, another bank intervention at the same level, right? So it seems like they want to hold. They want to hold the 150, which is a big psychological number. Well, obviously, I mean, they know this chart, right? They look at it and they fear that if this high gets broken, that's a major stop run level. Well, then there will be no holding, right, to the upside. It will then just slip basically into the area, and then if we break to a new high, well, then this becomes the measured move, right? So that's just one. I mean, that's just only halfway through where it actually can go, and they're fearing that, right? That the yen gets weaker and weaker, and they're trying to counter push. No central bank intervention has been successful so far. Sooner or later they fail, they will lose a lot of money, and this is usually how it goes. They can only manipulate price, taking a lot of money in hands for a certain time period, right, or stabilize a price, as the Swiss did against the euro. They stabilized it at 120, I think, for about 2 years, and then then it basically, they couldn't hold it anymore. They unpacked, and we saw a big move in the direction they didn't want to see. So let's see what happens here. So that's another trial, right? Very big 240-minute bar. I don't want to trade that short, right, with the central bank, because when they fail big. I don't want to trade against the central bank. So that's basically be a bit careful now with the yen pairs for the next couple of days, or for this week. Who knows?